What really happened in the hour before Julius Caesar's death? Imagine being warned. Not once. Not by one person. A seer tells you to watch out for a specific date, weeks in advance. Your own wife wakes up in tears the night before, begging you not to leave the house. And on your way to the one place you shouldn't be, a stranger presses a note directly into your hand and tells you to read it right now. You don't. An hour later, you're on the floor of the Senate, and the men standing over you are the men you trusted most. That is the last hour of Julius Caesar's life. And the strange part isn't that he was killed. Everyone knows that part. It's how many chances he had to not be in that room. So here's what this video is actually about. Most people know the headline, Julius Caesar, Ides of March, stabbed by Brutus. What most people don't know is just how many separate independent warnings he ignored on the way there, who was actually in the room orchestrating it, and what he probably said, or didn't say, in the moment it happened. We're going to walk through the final hour minute by minute, the conspiracy that got him into that chair, and the line everyone thinks he said that he almost certainly never did. And I'll save that last part for the end, because once you know the truth, you can't unhear the fake version again. Let's start with the first warning, because it comes weeks before anyone else even suspects something is wrong. Sometime before March of 44 BC, a soothsayer approaches Caesar with a specific message. Beware the Ides of March. Not beware danger in general. A date, a deadline. This isn't a vague bad feeling. It's a warning with a calendar attached, and Caesar has weeks to sit with it before it arrives. And when the day actually comes, he doesn't forget it. Ancient sources describe Caesar spotting the same soothsayer on his way to the Senate that morning, and joking that the Ides had come, as if to say, see, nothing happened. The seer's reply is the kind of line that only sounds ominous in hindsight. The Ides had come, yes, but they hadn't gone yet. That's warning number one, casually dismissed in person, hours before it mattered. Warning number two comes from inside his own house the night before. Caesar's wife, Calpurnia, reportedly has a violent dream. Accounts differ on the exact imagery, but the common thread is her husband being harmed, and it shakes her badly enough that she wakes up begging Caesar not to go to the Senate that day. This isn't superstition from a stranger. This is the person closest to him, in his own bedroom, telling him something is wrong. And here's a detail that rarely makes it into the popular version of the story. Some accounts suggest Caesar was also feeling physically unwell that morning, independent of anything his wife said. Two completely separate reasons to stay home, arriving from two completely different directions, on the same morning. So why does he go anyway? This is where the conspiracy actually starts working against him, because someone makes sure he does. A man named Decimus Brutus, not to be confused with the more famous Marcus Brutus, comes to Caesar's house that morning. Decimus is a trusted ally, someone Caesar has no reason to suspect. And by most accounts, he's the one who talks Caesar out of staying home, reportedly framing Calpurnia's fear as embarrassing superstition unbefitting a man of Caesar's stature. Caesar listens to him. Decimus Brutus is one of the conspirators. Think about that for a second. The final push that gets Caesar out the door doesn't come from ignoring the warnings himself. It comes from a friend who already knows exactly what's waiting for him in that building. Warning number 3 happens on the walk-in, and it's the closest anyone comes to actually stopping this in real time. A man named Artemidorus, who has apparently learned some version of the plot, approaches Caesar directly on his way into the Senate and hands him a written note, urging him to read it immediately. Not later, right now. Caesar, according to the sources, is being handed multiple petitions and pieces of paper at once by different people. and Artemidorus's warning gets lost in the pile. He never reads it in time. 3 warnings. A prophecy with a deadline. A wife's nightmare. A note in his own hand that he simply doesn't get to. And he walks into the Senate anyway. Now here's how the conspirators actually get him isolated enough to strike. The plan needs a pretext. A reason for a group of senators to physically crowd around Caesar's chair without raising alarm. A conspirator named Julius Caesar approaches with a petition, asking Caesar to recall his exiled brother from banishment. It's a completely normal request, the kind Caesar would receive constantly. As Caesar presses the issue, other conspirators close in around the chair, seemingly just adding their voices to the appeal. It isn't an appeal, it's a formation. What follows is not the clean, instant death popular culture tends to show. Sources describe Caesar initially trying to resist, grabbing at the arm of the first attacker, a senator named Casca, and attempting to fight back. This is a chaotic, physical struggle involving more than a dozen men stabbing at once, not a single decisive blow. It takes time. It's messy. And at some point in that chaos, Caesar reportedly stops resisting. And this is the detail I promised you at the beginning, the one that changes how you hear the whole story. You've almost certainly heard Caesar's supposed last words. Et tu, Brute. You too, Brutus. It's one of the most quoted lines in the English language. It is also almost certainly not something Caesar actually said. That phrase comes from Shakespeare, writing over 1,600 years later, for dramatic effect. The actual ancient sources are far less tidy. Some suggest Caesar said nothing at all in his final moments, that the sight of Brutus among his attackers was enough to make him stop fighting entirely, pulling his toga over his head and accepting what was happening without a word. No poetic last line, no clever final retort, just silence. And a man who realized, mid-struggle, exactly who was holding the knife. And after it's over, the chamber empties fast. In the panic and confusion, senators flee the building, and Caesar's body is reportedly left alone on the floor for a significant stretch of time before anyone moves it. The most powerful man in Rome, lying unattended in the room where he was warned 3 separate times not to be. So what actually killed Caesar? Not one moment, not one betrayal. It was every warning stacking on top of the last one, and a trusted friend making sure none of them stuck. If you want to see what happened to Rome in the chaos after this, because the assassination was supposed to save the Republic, and it did the opposite, there's a video right here that gets into it. Go watch that next, and if you're not subscribed yet, hit the button so you don't miss what's coming, and let me know in the comments. If Caesar had read that note in time, do you think Rome still becomes an empire? I'll be reading them.